after taking a break and you come back and you know that there's some controversy about what happens with country radio right
Absolutely.
now. A lot of people won't bring it up. I'm going to bring it up.
Right.
Because,
Please do.
Because there's, people say, oh, this is not country or this is country and it's like the Wild West.
Deb, and this is Happy Hour with Deb, and I got a legend in front of me. Skip Ewing, nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you,
Such a pleasure
I've heard a lot
to
of
meet.
good things about you.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'm not your regular podcast where we talk, like I'm going to ask about your life, your thing, but it's an honor to have you in this chair. What a resume.
Well, thanks.
Tell me about your career.
Well, I mean, that's a long story at this point, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So,
Grammy Award winner.
Well, not award winner, but I've had
Grammy nominee.
had pieces that I've been part of. That
Wow.
ACMs, CMAs.
Yeah.
BMI Writer of the Year. I'm quite a.
Yeah.
I'm not as good at honking my own horn, so I'll let you talk.
Well,
about
you're doing
it.
a great job. When did you start in country music?
Well, what's funny? When I was growing up, I started at 4 years old. I started
I
playing.
love these stories. I love the little kid with the guitar.
That's it. And I don't even remember not playing. And it just led me through all kinds of music, everything from musical theater to bluegrass to just anything, everything you can imagine. Jazz.
Musical family?
Not really. I had some great aunts and uncles that did some stage things, but I was never around that, obviously.
Right.
But I just followed what opportunities I had, Deb, and I got offered a job in Nashville ultimately, and I never looked back. And
How long ago was that? How long you been in Nashville?
I came here right out of high school. So
Holy smokes.
So in the 80s.
Whole different city.
Wow, I'm not kidding. You're not kidding.
It's a whole
man.
different city.
There's no Music Row anymore. There was
Yes.
Music Row.
I
when I was
know,
there.
and now Vegas got Broadway.
No, it's I don't know. My wife and I live in Wyoming. Because the other thing, I wrote in Nashville for 20 years or so and had a lot of hits, thankfully, and had some artist career.
Yeah.
But then about 2012 or so, I started. I've been going to Wyoming a lot, and I had fallen in love with.
I hear
with
it's
horses.
amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I hear it's amazing.
And I sold everything in Nashville. I sold my house, my instruments. I mean, everything but my instruments and art. And I went on the road.
And your wife.
Well, I didn't sell my wife.
Right, that's right. You kept your wife. Do you have children?
I do have children.
Wow.
I'll have one child. And that's Rebecca Lynn, same named for the song that I wrote for Brian White.
Yes. Yeah. How old is she?
She is, God, don't even make me say it. She's over 30. That's crazy,
I
isn't it?
have a 28-year-old daughter, and I tell people I'm 29. Do I have to? I don't have to stop that, though.
It's miraculous.
I mean, thank you so much.
That's miraculous. You're a living miracle.
I like to move mountains. I like to we go big. We go big or we don't do
I don't
anything.
even know why you're stooping this low to do this, man.
I
You
don't
should be
even.
you should be doing the big wigs.
I gotta tell you,
Big
you
wigs.
are a big wig.
No,
if
no,
you're
I
here
mean,
and
like,
you're
you should have like a major television. You're the only woman. That's ever happened.
That would, I know. I should. If there's anybody out there that wants to give it to you. Yes.
Yeah.
So you moved to Wyoming. How long ago?
Moved to Wyoming after following horses. Well, the important thing was though, stopped music for a while. I mean, I just sold everything and met my wife in Texas, and then moved to Wyoming. We've been living in Wyoming now for about 8 years.
What part of
full
Texas?
time. Met her down in Stevensville.
Okay, I'm from
Texas.
Frisco.
Oh,
Yes.
and we live in the northwest corner of Wyoming. It's one of the most beautiful places
I
in
hear it's
all the
magical.
world. We live in a little bitty cabin in the middle of heaven.
That's all you need.
That's all we need.
Like I think younger artists and younger professionals think success is the big house, the big cars, the whatever, when really time is the gift. Having time with your wife, being able to have your little slice of heaven, and how often do you get back to Nashville?
Often.
Yeah,
I
I'm
do
sure.
all my recording here. There's a lot of business that does here. My Horsepower 307. My band is based here, and still when I tour I come through, and so I spend a good bit of time in Nashville, but I spend the majority of my time in Wyoming. I mean, we have horses and
amazing.
dogs and everything out
Is that
there.
like a zen, like, I can just let go? Did you do a lot of writing there?
I do.
I bet.
I do, but I these days I get to write on my own schedule, and I like to be alone. I mean, when I say alone, I like to work independently, and so. And one of the greatest things about being in Wyoming that you wouldn't think about is the noise. Where we are, there's no very little horizon light too, so you can see the stars amazingly. But we don't have a thoroughfare. You don't hear cars.
You don't hear
Every
cars.
once in a while, you'll hear an airplane, and I mean, and we're right on a lake, so we get some noise from the lake.
Right.
But for the most part, I mean,
Crickets at
we
night.
we have mountain sheep in our driveway. If you go on our socials, on the Skip Ewing socials at all, Instagram and Facebook, we have all kinds of pictures of what's on our driveway. And I'm not kidding. It's moose. It's huge deer. It's
I bet the deer are
oh my
ginormous
God.
there.
Oh, yeah. It was so funny. My dobro player is Josh Matheny. He's an incredible dobro player here in Nashville. And he was down, I want to say it was South Carolina or somewhere. He was going after some whitetail deer, and I was like, "Did you get anything?" And he said, "No, we didn't find anything." And literally, when I went over my bridge that day,
it was right
no,
there.
I kid it. There was a huge, and I just snapped it. I said, "Well, this is a mule deer," but now I'm talking about antlers that were, it was like probably 4 by 5, something like that.
Yes, my
said,
husband's
"This was
family
just
is
today."
the Pocono Mountains
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania, and
Oh.
they hunt too. And I know it's a
Yeah.
big thing. Let's talk about the band.
Well, the band, the Horsepower 307, it was named because when I go and play a show, a lot of it, I play a lot of the hits that I had in the past, and then also the new material is really the focus of what we're doing now.
Okay.
And so Horsepower 307 is integral to that. When we go out and play, I get to make moments musically like I've never really gotten to. Thankfully, some of the truly best players in Nashville will come on the road with me because they enjoy it.
That's incredible, right?
Because they enjoy it. And it's not exactly the same people all the time. It's often the same people, but they're all, like I said, Josh plays dobro with me most of the time. And he's Dobro Player of the Year, nominated ACM Best Musician 3 years
Wow.
in a row. Bass players like Jeff Picker, who plays with Chris Thiele and Nickel Creek. Fiddle players, Janae Fleener.
Wow.
It's amazing the people who will.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like, because I'm here, this is my first year here, and I'm going to tell you, I feel like when people like you sit in the chair, like I'm in the presence of country music greatness.
Well, that's really kind to say. I mean, I appreciate that.
You really
I
are,
do.
though. You
Well,
really are. Country
I
music
don't
greatness.
quite know what to say to that. I will say that if you feel that way, I've been allowed to make a contribution that I believe in, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
You've enjoyed things that I've written, and especially what's happening now, because after taking a break and you come back and you know that there's some controversy about what happens with country radio right now.
Absolutely.
A lot of people
Absolutely.
won't bring it up. I'm going to bring it up.
Right.
Because,
Please do. Please
because
do.
there's, people say, oh, this is not country or this is country and it's like the Wild West in a way.
It is.
And
It
so
really, so much has changed.
I jokingly say I'm good with the Wild West, man.
Right,
Bring on the
exactly.
Wild West, But all of those contributions are valid.
Yes.
All of them are valid.
Absolutely.
And I am still honored to be invited to be part of it. That's what's happening.
That's amazing.
And I'm able to make music with the same people who are making do my own thing. Suddenly I have a song in the top 40. I have a duet.
Unbelievable.
It's Lainey Wilson and Ernest. And I don't think anybody will. I don't think anybody would say that it's not a country song. It's
Right.
definitely
It's
a country
definitely
song.
a country song, yeah.
Does that make it better or worse? No, I don't think so. I think there's room
For everybody?
I think there's room for in my book, there's always room for artistic excellence.
Absolutely.
And that depends on how you define it. And sometimes, you're looking for it to be something that maybe you're not finding. But there's so much sometimes to allowing it to be what it is.
Right.
Allowing it to be what it is,
Well, I
and then
guess-
deciding if you enjoy it,
Right.
great. If you don't, okay. But
Yeah.
I'm not one to find fault with it. I am one to celebrate being invited to be part of it.
Yes.
And if a song like "What If I Could," that's Ernest and Lainey right now, is in the top 40, that I can look at and say, Dean and I, I think we wrote a genuinely country song.
Amazing country
song. If that fits
song.
in, then we still have real, what some people would call real country music
Yes.
on the radio.
Yes.
But there are a lot of artists, I feel like, who are steeped and understand tradition, who appreciate, artists from the past. I mean, like Johnny Cash and Merle, and so my arms are open to that. I'm open to collaboration.
So
and
great.
Yeah. So I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to be part of it.
I think it's amazing
Yeah.
too, and you've seen it switch different ways. And I've met, thankfully, a lot of incredible country music artists, and they talk about authenticity and not doing what's current, and not just sticking to what is their authenticity and what they love and the dream that they started chasing. Because it's coming from all angles and different places, and they're like the true artists stick to what they're great at and the people they want to work with. And
we also have to leave room to understand that there's an artistic journey.
Yes.
So an artist who starts one place may end up another. I mean, Kenny Chesney. I mean, I've written a lot of things with Kenny.
Yes.
And had some hits with Kenny. Like,
Right.
You Had Me From Hello.
Yes.
And Me and You. And anyway, but if you look at Kenny's journey, it's much different than where he was.
Yes.
And that needs to be celebrated. That's
Absolutely.
an artistic journey.
It is.
And I would say that that's part of it's also part of being authentic. Is where are you? For me, that is that I like to write, and I like to speak to, and I like to sing to, and play to. I know it sounds odd, but playing guitar is such part of my voice that it's part of the emotion. Whether that's really deep emotion or whether it's like super fun, like this Road Dogg single we have out right now.
Right.
All of that is valid. If it doesn't resonate with right, if I sing this for Deb, is that going to resonate with her experience of her? Is she going to go, now that's what it's like to be human? Is she going to do that? Because if she's not, I probably won't. It's not something
Release
that I
it.
will finish.
Yeah. Wow.
And I think also that it hits. When we think about hits that are lasting,
Yes.
that's another
Yes.
another element. Looking for a number one, one big song right now and trying to please the powers that be, that can sure be a trap. I don't want to do that.
What's your advice to the kid with the dream, with the guitar and the dream, that wants to come to Nashville?
Sometimes I don't know that I am qualified to give someone advice. I'm in a space where if I give advice, I would want it to be something that nourishes whatever that journey is, which means the failures and the possibility for success. And what we call success and what we call failure, those can actually both be the same things. Sometimes a failure is like a rung on the ladder that you have to, you need to fail that in order to learn
To get to the next level.
how to take the next step.
Yep,
There are
agreed.
just going to be, but it's how you think about failure at what?
Yes.
So I can't tell you how to be, the biggest thing, the biggest thing ever. I'm not the biggest thing ever, but I have written some songs, and I believe I make records that I believe in.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
when I get to the end of it, which I know we're getting to the end of this,
Right.
I'm going to be able to say, when I was able to do what I wanted to do as an artist, which is finally now, I could say, the songs that I'm writing and recording and offering to you, those are what I believe in. I love singing them every time. I believe what they're about,
That's
whether
beautiful.
they're fun
You
or
are a true artist. Where can we find you on social media?
It's Skip Ewing on every social that there is. SKIPEWING.
Skip, I have to tell you, you're a true Southern gentleman. It has
Oh.
been an honor. Will you come back on the show? Do a full interview with us?
I would be absolutely delighted. Your personality is delightful. In fact, I know that you work on some things that interest me. So maybe next time we can hear a little bit about you. I don't know if anybody ever asks you about you.
They do. People do. It was an honor and a pleasure.
Oh,
Honestly, I can't wait till we meet again.
Thanks, Deb.
It was such a great.
Thanks, you guys.
What a great guy.